Cleveland, here we come. Stay tuned to hear why we're bringing 12, count 'em, 12 team members to serve you this year at the big show. Welcome back to Sports Cards with Joe
and Doug.
And Doug, we are deep into final preparations for the National. Boy, we got so much to tell our viewers today. I can't wait. What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Joe, I knew you were going to ask me that, and I don't know what I'm looking forward to the most except just being there and being amongst so many people that are as enthusiastic as I am about the hobby and seeing so many cards. It's nice to go shopping. I know I'll be at the booth for quite a bit of the time, but it's nice to just look around and see some of the amazing cards that people have for sale.
Yeah, and so for our viewers, we know some of you, maybe it's your first one, maybe you've been a veteran of Nationals, but there's always a few tips and tricks that are good to share, good reminders for us, and certainly for our viewers as well. So we want to share some ideas with you, things we've learned over the years. I've been going to the National. I think my first one was 89. I remember where it was, but I can't remember how many. It's been 89 or 90 was my first one. It's been a while. But any of you headed to the National this year, one thing to be aware of, it's been a while since it's been in Cleveland. You've never even been to one in Cleveland.
Never been to Cleveland.
Yeah. So it's not nearly as convenient. You know, the hotels are further out. So don't plan on staying at a hotel and walking across the street because it won't happen. So you, if you haven't got your hotels, better get those booked because I know a lot of them are full. So logistics are a little harder, but and the show floor is a little smaller this year. It's down about 30% from last year, which I'm okay as a vendor. I'm okay with that because hopefully that means more sales for us. But also it's a little less wear and tear walking around because I don't think you and I ever made it to everything last year.
No, last year was huge. Chicago and Atlantic City are just enormous halls. I mean, it's a mile it seems from one end to the other.
Yeah. And so this year the show is a little bit smaller in Cleveland, but just a few things to keep in mind is wear comfortable shoes because I remember Atlantic City, I didn't plan as well. I had on brand new Nikes, but they weren't broken in yet, and my feet were like swollen after 2 days on that concrete. So I had to actually get new shoes up there because I hadn't anyway, not a pleasant experience. And so wear comfortable shoes. Make sure you've already broken them in before you get there. Bring plenty of water. Stay hydrated, and because it's a marathon, literally. Walking around. And Doug, whatever other tips you got?
Well, I hope the AC is working full on this year. I don't remember if it was last year when it went out.
Yeah.
We were sweltering, and by the end of the day, you literally were just worn out, ready for bed. I think the AC will be just fine this year, but still, definitely the comfortable shoes may be the most important thing. I need glasses to see, and I always like to bring extra glasses as well because you never know. You put them in a pocket, you sit down somewhere, and you can break them easily, so make sure you bring spares of those. I bring spares of everything.
Because when you're looking at those cards closely, either as a screener or as a collector, you want to make sure they're in good shape.
Definitely. Backpack, Joe? I don't think you mentioned a backpack.
We
love backpacks just because then you can have your hands to look at cards and to do things as well. And it's a lot easier carrying around your items that you may pick up in your backpack than it is in some of the bags that people give you. Your hands can get pretty tired carrying those around too. So,
and even be careful if you're rolling around a Zion case or a small suitcase. We all have heard about the terrible theft at Dallas Card Show recently. $2 million reportedly of stuff was stolen. So be careful sitting your bag down somewhere and then looking, because you turn your head for a minute, that bag could be gone. So there will be theft that happens. Sadly, I can tell you, there will be theft that happens when there's 100,000 people. Someone is going to do the wrong thing. So there will be theft that happens at the show. Make sure you're not the victim. So be careful with it. Plan ahead. one thing for those, especially if it's your first time, it can be so overwhelming. You can go in and you can blow through your money in no time, and you're like, that wasn't even what I was really looking for. So I always recommend have a list, have specific items. If you're chasing certain things, spend your time surveying the show floor or part of it, and until you find the items you want. If you haven't found them by the last day, you want to spend your money on whatever. But I've, as a collector many years ago, I remember blowing through money. I'm like, I didn't even really buy what I wanted. I just saw a bunch of cool stuff and started buying stuff. And so be aware of that.
That's another item to make sure you bring.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and cash is king at the National because there's a lot of vendors that we take just about everything, but we don't take personal checks, but a lot of
jewelry, watches, we take everything.
Well, if they want to hand them
forms
over.
Of payment.
Forms of payment. So,
I got you.
Bring cash because a lot of vendors will only want to take cash from you.
I mean, maybe I'm being naive, but a lot of people will negotiate a little bit better. You can negotiate a little bit better when you have cash in your hand. We negotiate about the same no matter what. We take all forms of payment, as Joe was saying.
We'll take Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, credit card, and cash. Yeah, and no IOUs. But speaking of our booth, so we've shared a few tips. We're going to have the largest selection we've ever had at a National, but we're also offering the best services we've ever offered at a National. So go ahead and write these numbers down. Here are our booths: 1037, 1039, 1136, 1138. It's actually a quadrant. It's 4 different booths all merged into one master booth, 600 square feet. And with 600 square feet, we need a lot of help. So Doug and I will be there, and 10 additional team members will be there. So we're going to have about
12 total.
That is 12. Thank you for that math there. So we're going to have about 20 to 25,000 raw singles priced individually. We're going to have thousands and thousands of slabs from $5 up to $15 up to $15,000. So there's something for you anywhere in between. So maybe if you negotiate with cash with Doug, maybe you get one of those $15 ones at $5. I don't know, because he offered that. But
why didn't you offer that?
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
But anyway, we're going to have all different price points. We're also going to be offering the largest selection of vintage wax we've ever had at a National. We've got a ton of Baseball Card Exchange certified boxes. We've got boxes back into the late 70s, early 80s, up to present releases. And also, what I'm most excited about is the services we're going to offer this year. You're going to be heavily involved with that. Many of our team members will be heavily involved in that. So we're going to have multiple stations where you can come and meet with us, drop off cards for grading, drop off cards for consignment, any of the above. And for the first time ever, we're going to offer on-site screening, 24-hour service, which you'll, of course, be leading. So share what the plans are for that.
The plans are to offer 24-hour screening. You bring them in one day, and we'll have them for you the next morning, the next day, 24 hours later. $10 per card to have them screened overnight, just in case you've got something that you really might want to get graded right then and there.
Yeah.
We are also, not to step on the $10 overnight screening, but we're also offering our standard screening services as well, $2 and $4, depending on what you want to see on your rejects, that we will take back with us and we will do once we get back to Loganville.
Right. Yeah, so any of those options are available to you, $2, $4, $10. If you need them in a hurry for something you're going to grade on site yourself and you want to have a really good estimate of what it's going to grade, save yourself hundreds of dollars possibly, that's the way to go. Understand, get to us early because there's only 2 of us that do screening. And we could get backed up. We may have to say, sorry, no more for today. And
also, PSA only takes cards. They can't grade them the last day and get them back to you the last day.
Correct. So, get them to us so that you can get them screened and then get them to the grading companies. But again, we are most excited about that because we have so many team members coming. We have so much space this year, 600 square feet. We actually have room to breathe in the booth space to actually talk with you, look at your collection, help you out with it. And so a lot of booths are going to be crammed. They're going to have 600 square feet of stuff crammed into 100 square feet. So we will actually have space to show off a huge array of cards and space to meet with you. So please come by and see us. We're on one of the main aisles. We're about halfway between the major corporate section and PSA on the other end of that part of the room. So we will be very easy to find. You'll see our huge grading banner that you see in the thumbnail for this video. So we'll be very easy to find. So we can't wait to see you. We will be there starting on Monday. Of course, opens to the public late in the day Wednesday, and then we will be there every day. Show hours go until 6 every night. I believe it goes till 8 o'clock on Wednesday, and then I believe it ends at 4 on Sunday. So plenty of hours to shop. And so we cannot wait. I hope we meet hundreds and hundreds of, maybe we'll meet thousands of our submitters hopefully there. We hope to take back a lot of consignments that we can help you with. We hope to have our best show ever, and our best show is not measured in dollars. It's truly measured in the relationships we build there, the relationships we make, and old friends that we get to see and hang out with. So looking forward to seeing so many of you there. Please leave comments on this if you've got questions about the National or any other thing we can help you with there. So it's going to be a fantastic week. The hobby is doing very well right now.
Yeah, we're very busy,
Yes.
and so are a lot of other outlets around the area as well.
Yeah.
And so I know it's just going to be a big show, very big, very busy.
Yes, so can't wait to see you there. We appreciate y'all watching today. We'll have more content coming to you during the show. We'll be providing some insights from the show, so we can't wait to see many of you there. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Signing off for Joe.
And Doug.